Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to install your Elite Creatures Train Pack into your Minecraft server. I'm also going to be showing you how to create some simple railway tracks and some simple train commands. So first things first, you're going to need to download the Traincarts plugin and this plugin and put that onto your server for this train to work. And then after downloading your pack, you should be greeted with this folder here. And in this will contain a few things. You'll have your resource pack, your train import commands, and some builds that you can use. So to actually get these into the game, you're going to want to head over to your server and then put obviously the schematic into your world edit schematic folder. If you don't have world edit, then you're not going to be able to use these, so you're going to need world edit. And this is going to be done in game, so is a resource pack. So if we head over to the server, you paste in the schematic file, this is what you should be able to see. You can see that it comes with a main train station, small tracks, and a mini station. So after downloading the plugin, you should be able to see that if you do some commands, do /train, there's a lot of different things we can do. But we want to head over to this small text file here and open it up. And inside we'll have some commands that you'll be able to paste in. So you want to paste these into your game, and then you should see that it saves a new different type of train into your server. So you want to put the resource pack on that comes with the pack, and then you want to head over here and I'll be showing you how to spawn them in and do some other simple commands with the pack. So using the schematic files, I've created this little very small track to show you how the trains actually work and how you can edit them. So to spawn in your train, you want to type in this command, train. So you want to use the square brackets. This is how all commands work using the signs. So you want to do this and then spawn and then the name of your train. So in this case, it's Steam Ed. You might have saved it as something differently based off the second word of the command that you used to import it, but you just type this in, and then you want to power it in the direction that you want the steam train to be facing. So I want it to be facing this way, so I'll put the lever on this side. So we've got the front of our train. Now, let's say you want to add some carts to this. What you want to do is come over here and then do this command, train spawn steam cart. Now capitalization does matter in this in these commands here, so you want to make sure those are correct. And you want to push this over. So when you push the train into the other train, it will basically connect them into one larger thing. So I'm gonna add quite a few carts here. Something like this would be okay. And now what you want to do is you want to hop into your train and then type the command train save and then whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to call it steam train or steam test. I'll call it that, steam test. And then it should save this whole train as steam test. So now I'm going to type train destroy in chat and that will destroy my entire train. But now I can head over back here and type in train spawn steam test, and that will spawn my entirety of the train as one. So that's how you get the train to spawn as one. So you can sit in any of the seats, and this can be used for roller coasters and a lot of different things. So the first useful thing to know is that you can put these on a loop. So let's say you wanted the train to spawn and you immediately wanted it to launch, right? You wanted it to just go around from spawn. So let me just do /train destroy. So what you would want to do here is you want to type in train spawn, and then there are some numbers here that you can type in. So there's two different numbers. the first one will be how regularly you want the trains to spawn. Now this will default in seconds. So let's say every 15 seconds I want a train to spawn, and the second number will be the power that I want it to spawn at. So I'm just going to type in 2. So my train will spawn in with a velocity of 2. And then you want to type in the name of your train, so Steam test. And what you can also do is here, you can also add a plus sign. Now what the plus sign will do is basically keep the sign constantly active, so you won't have to power it with a lever. So now this should automatically spawn trains every 15 seconds. So if I just sit here and wait for a bit, and it will go off by itself without having me to stop anything. So now over here I have a little ticket stand with a little mini train station. Now if we have a look, the train just kind of runs past and you'll have to try and get on it, but there is a way to make the train stop and also wait for a bit. So the command you want to type in is plus train to make it always active, and then station. So on the third line after typing the train station, you want to add a number. Now this number will basically specify how long you want the train to stop at the station and wait. So let's say I want it to stop for 5 seconds, and then on the fourth line you can have a few different things. You can have left, right, continue, or reverse. So in this case I want my train to continue going the direction in which it came, so I'm going to type continue. Now if we wait for another train to come along, we will see that the train will come here, stop for 5 seconds, and then continue at the velocity and direction that it came in. Another very useful command is this one here, train destroy. So as I've got this basically automated system of train spawning, I've got this one here so the trains do not clog up. So if we watch this train as it comes back around the track, when it reaches above this sign here, it will essentially get destroyed. So on the wiki, I would recommend you checking out the properties list. Now the properties list is very, very useful if you're trying to make something like roller coasters or just trains in general, because it allows you to basically edit how the train interacts with like players and just basically everything. So I'm not going to be going over all of the properties in this, so if you want to check that out in depth, then I would recommend going on the wiki. Maybe I'll talk about it in a different video, but I am going to talk about one property though, because I feel like a lot of people ask about this. The train is quite slow here, right? It's not like very slow, but it is not fast. So what I will show you how to do is basically change that. So on the config file of your server, you should be able to just change the minimum speed, because all of the trains have a max speed by default. So you should be able to change that. But I'm going to be showing you how to change it just in game here. So I'm going to be doing a small command here. So train property speed limit, let's say 1.5. Now if we power this, whenever the train goes past here, it will increase to a speed of 1.5. Now, since I've got the kind of the speed already set at 2 here, it will immediately max out basically, and a speed of 1.5 is quite quick. The default max speed is quite low, so if you want to allow your player to travel very fast, so I'm going to just do a quick command here, train destroy all. Now you will be able to basically just travel around very quickly. So the next thing I'm going to be showing you is how to create a ticketing system. So it will give the player a ticket, and then they will use that ticket to enter the train. So I go over here and type in the commands plus train property add ticket, and let's say something like just ticket will be fine. And whenever the train goes above this sign here, it will assign this train a ticket. So now if I go over to the train here, I won't be able to board without a ticket. So that's very nice. So the next thing I'm going to do is do /train ticket create, and then just ticket because that's the name that I've given it, and then train ticket give tickets underscore Ernie. Saying ticket quite a lot. So now we have this. So when the train arrives, I will now be able to board it and it will use up the ticket. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions, you can either check out the wiki and look for stuff on there. It's a very in-depth wiki, very good wiki. Has everything you need to learn how to do train systems. There will be more complex videos in the future, hopefully, about more in-depth guides. But if you have any questions, then you can just ask.